Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. Today I have came up with a very interesting topic, that is change management. You must have heard this word in ITIL or Six Sigma or many process related courses or training. And since this is very important while you are doing project management or any new implementation, or it can even be used for a AMS project, and this is a very important topic and very useful, right? That is the reason I have came up with what is change management, so that everyone can learn and understand the change management and start implementing change management in their organization for smoother and better management. So let us see like what all things we are going to cover today. So what is change management? So it is the structure of approach to transitioning individuals, teams, and organization from a current state to a desired future state. The goal for change management is to ensure changes are implemented smoothly with a minimal resistance and maximum engagement. So basically, change management is the process, which can be, implement for individual people, for a team, for an organization, or for the work stream, or for a leadership level. So change can be implemented at any level, and it is used to have the change which we wanted to implement is a smooth and with a minimal impact. Now, why change management is important? This is also needs important to understand. And the first important point is business continuity. So it ensures the smooth transitions without disruptions. Employee engagement, which helps employees to understand and adapt the changes. Efficiency, to reduce resistance, delay, and errors in change process. Innovation, which enables organization to evolve and remain the competitive. So now you can see, like whenever there is any change is getting implemented in the organization, it is very important to monitor or see like what the change is, how the change will be implemented, what is the pros and cons, whether it will be successful, not successful. So all those things are very important, right? So from that point of view, like if the change goes wrong, then our business operations may also impact. So why it is important? So business continuity, so that we can ensure the transactions are going well and there is no impact on the business operations. The second one is it helps employees to understand and adapt the change, because if we are implementing any change in the organization, and if people are not aware about that change, then it can be a disastrous situation for the organization. So employee engagement is very much important, so that people will understand and they can accept that change. Also, it reduces the resistance, delay, and error in the change process, because the people are aware about what is the change we are going to implement. And like we normally always use the phrase like change is very important in life. So it is also important for the organization, so that organization will keep on evolving, keep on getting updated, and stay competitive. Now we'll see like what type of change managements are there. So the first one is organizational change, where the structural changes or leadership changes or shifts can happen in those changes. Process change, which is related to workflow, operational procedure, or SOPs and so on. The technological changes are like implementing a new software, new system, new tools, new hardware, new infrastructure. The fourth one is cultural change, wherein company may have a change in the values, behavior, mindset, visions, goals, and many more things. Now the change management process that we are going to see. So the first one is preparation, wherein we can plan and assess the need of change, because it is very important to understand whether the change is really needed or not. If needed, then we need to plan so that we can execute it well. The second phase is planning, wherein we can decide the phase, decide the scope, the objective of that change, and the approach. Because if we know the scope, then we can decide the objective, like what we are going to achieve after implement that change, and the approach, like which approach, how we are going to implement that change. The third one is implementation, wherein we will execute that change with a clear communication with all the stakeholder, all the parties, so that all will be aware that this change is going to be implemented. The fourth one is monitoring, wherein we need to monitor that change, the progress and the results. The last one is sustainment, wherein reinforce the change and ensure the long-term adoption, so that people will be useful, or it will be useful for the organization. This is about the change management models, like what all models are there, and we'll see like a quarters 8-step model, where what all 8 things we need to consider. The first one is create urgency, so that based on that the change can be implemented. Form a powerful coalition, develop a vision and strategy, communicate with a vision, empower action, create quick wins, build on the change, anchor the changes in the corporate culture. The second change management model is ADKAR model, wherein the first one is awareness, desire, knowledge, ability, and reinforcement. Now, what is the role of leadership in change management? This is a very important topic. So the first one is visionary leadership, wherein leaders must communicate with a clear and compelling vision of the change, so that people will be aware. Because if leaders are not involved and they are not being transparent to the people will not be aware, like what change is going to be implemented, what is the vision of that, what is the objective of implementing that change. So it is very much important that leadership should be part of the change and the communication. The next important point is support and commitment. So senior leaders provide resources and support to ensure the change process is effective. So it is very similar to the above point, where leadership should provide the enough resources. It can be a technical resources, it can be a human resources, and they should support to ensure the change is effective. The third one is modeling the change, wherein leaders must demonstrate the behavior they expect from the employee. So when any change will be implemented, they should be transparent to the employee, and they should clearly inform their employee like what is expected from the employees. The another topic is stakeholder involvement in the change management. So stakeholder identification, like recognize the people who will be impacted by the change, because if they are not recognized or they are not identified, and if the change is implemented, then it can be a disastrous situation, or we may get many surprises to the organization, to that specific team, or it can be for the business operation as well. So it is very important that stakeholder identification has to be there. The second one is engagement, wherein involve all those identified stakeholders early to get the buy-in and address the concerns, so that the change will definitely bring the good positive impact after implementation. The third one is communication, wherein we need to keep all stakeholders informed through transparent and regular updates, so that people will be aware, like we are at which stage, what all things are completed, and what all things we are going to do it in coming days. Communication, very important part in change management. So clear messaging, wherein we can use the simple and clear and consistent language which people will easily understand, so that there will not be any dispute, there will not be any miscommunication. So clear messaging is very much important. The second one is multi-channel communication, wherein we can use the emails, meetings, all digital platforms, so that people will be aware and they will be informed prior. The third one is feedback loops, which allows employees to voice concern and provide inputs during the change process. overcoming resistance to change. This is also very much important because people are not familiar, or they are not ready to accept the change. So in that case, we need to overcome that resistance to the change. So the most important is understand the resistance, identify the reason behind the resistance, like it can be a fear, uncertainty, or lack of trust. So it is very much important, like we need to identify the reason, understand, and have the workaround or the solution to their concerns. The second one is empathy, wherein address the concern with empathically and provide the support to the people so that they will accept the change. The third one is incentives and rewards, so that we can recognize and reward the people who embrace the change, so that people will get encouraged to accept the change. The fourth one is training and support, wherein we can offer the training and resources to make the transition easier for the change. Which all tools and techniques can be used for change management? So the first one is change impact analysis, wherein understand how the change will be affected to the people, processes, and technology. So it is very much important, like we need to do an impact analysis, because if we will not do that, we may get the chance of failing of implementing that change, because it may affect few operations, it may affect people, process, or a technology. So it is very important that we need to understand the impact. The second one is training programs to educate the employee on a new system, process, technology, or anything which will which will be implemented as a change. The third one is survey and feedback tools used to gather insight and improve the change process. So if we will get us feedback from the people, then we will definitely get the insight or the inputs from the people, like how the change was implemented, and if there are any improvements can be done to implement that change. The fourth one is change champion networks to identify and empower the individuals to advocate for the change. Measuring success and continuous improvement. So what all things we can do? So the first one is key performance indicators to track the success of the change initiative, for example adoption rate, employee satisfaction. So KPIs are very important, because through that only we will get to know, like the change is the implemented change is successful or not successful. So we can get the feedback review from the people, and we can understand the adoption rate, like if people are accepting that change, then it is good, we are at a positive side. But if they are not accepting, or people not satisfied with that, then definitely it gives the message to us, like the change is good or not. The second one is post implementation review, where we need to evaluate what worked, what didn't, and adjust as needed. So if everything works well, it is well and good, but if it didn't work, then we need to make few changes, or we need to even sometimes we need to revert that, or we need to do the adjustment. So review is very much important. The third one is continuous improvement, wherein treat change management as an ongoing process, learning from each change to improve the future initiatives. So this is very much important, because it is an ongoing process, because every day we get a new things, new technology, so new processes. So it is a learning process, and we always need to be ready for the change, and it also helps to improve the our business operations. This presentation structure has provided a comprehensive overview of change management, touching on its definition types, models, strategies, and how to ensure successful implementation. I hope you enjoyed this session and you learned about the change management. This will definitely help you if you want to become a change manager, or if you want to be a part of project management, then this will definitely help you in your career. Thank you. Stay tuned. If you have any question related to change management or any topic, feel free to comment. Thank you for listening to this session. Have a good day. Happy learning.